The next chapter is really the start of the Greeks. It's the ancient Aegean, but it could just as easily be called the Bronze Age Greeks. We're looking at three separate peoples here. We're going to be looking at the Cyclades and the Cycladic peoples. We're going to be moving south of there to Crete, looking at the Minoans, and moving to the north of there, looking at the Mycenaeans and the traditional Greek heartland. And in terms of, there we go. And in terms of timeline, and you're going to see this timeline a couple of times now, we're really back moving into sort of a classical period. So there's about a 400-year gap between the period we're looking at and the Greeks, but you're going to see a lot of overlap happening as we move through that timeline. So the early Cycladic peoples are around 3000 to 2000 BCE, similar to the Mycenaeans in Old Kingdom Egypt. The Minoans are about 1700 to 1200, as are the Mycenaeans, give or take. Now, people have lived in these areas as far back as the late Paleolithic period, and village life was firmly established in Greece, during the Neolithic. The peak of Aegean civilization was the second millennium BCE, well after the established civilizations of Mesopotamia, Egypt, and southern Asia had in fact taken root. And here we see sort of a map of what the world would have looked like at the time. We have hunter-gatherer civilizations, we have developing settled civilizations, so a lot going on. And we see a lot of trade in the Mediterranean. We're going to see trade with Egypt, with the Assyrians in Mesopotamia, with Turkey, and then actually moving west in the Mediterranean to Italy, to southern France and Spain, and arguably through the Straits of Gibraltar and into northern Europe. So there's a lot of trade going on. These societies are all well aware of each other. So don't be surprised when we see developments that are very similar in different places.